Alright, here's all my strings cut, put on. As you can see, windings are pretty nice and even, all in the center. Some people say you want at least 2 windings. You can see I got a little more than 2, which is fine. I've never had a problem using this method with a string coming loose or slipping up here at the tuners. And if you bunched them all in the center like I was showing you, make sure they're all winding down, you won't have any troubles with them coming out of tune as a result of them slipping at the tuners. You may have problems at the nut here. This is where most of your tuning problems occur. The slots are too tight, the strings can't move through them when you use your tremolo bar. If you're tuning your string and all of a sudden it goes ting while you're in the middle of turning a tuning machine, that's because it's getting stuck in here. If you know how to open these grooves up yourself, go ahead and do it. If not, take it to a guitar luthier and have him do it for you. This is not something you want to go fooling with if you don't know what you're doing. There are some things that you just don't want to mess with. I taught myself. What I did is I had a couple of old junky guitars that I messed with first, and then I went out and bought a few of these blank nuts and just started going at it until I finally figured out the best way to do it, that I could get one cut just right to where the strings move real nice through them. So there's the new strings on. There you can see my little piece of insulation, which helps to keep that high E string from breaking. Now I've already, it's semi-tuned. I just kind of eared it in. Now I have to stretch the strings, which I showed you in the other video about the 12th fret. Grab it. You hear the pitch drop. You do that a few times until you get all the strings stretched out. You won't hear any more pitch drop. Let me set this camera down so I can get a good yank on this. Now what I also do, as I'm stretching it, I push down it up here past the nut. I want to get all the stretch out of the full length of that string. Now you hear where that one is. Hear it drop down? The reason you want to stretch them is because if you do any string bending, as soon as you start playing and bending these strings, they'll go all out of tune, because as you're bending it, you're actually stretching them. So this is something you want to do before you start playing. Only takes maybe 2 or 3 stretches for each string. Now listen, you hear the pitch of that one. Now I'll stretch it. It dropped way down. This total thing took me about 5 minutes to get the strings in tune and stretched. It would have taken me a lot longer had I not have had my little cards in here. I'll take them out, and then I can do the final tune. See, it went up a little bit in pitch. So I'll do the final tune on this, and this guitar will be done. Okay, it's about 3 minutes later. Final tuning is done. That's every little tip and trick I know of for putting new strings on a Stratocaster and getting them all in tune. See ya, everybody.